You're in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, fourth in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. March up. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Water, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Shalom, Israel. It's time to come get your full dose of truth for the week.
You got Mondays, history class, taught by Officer 500 Shariwan and Officer 500 Ahabawan. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, you got Word to the Unwise podcast from 6 to 7 p.m. Followed by the main event, Captain and Priest Hadarya Allah, teaching scripture breakdown, the Bible like you never heard it before. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wednesday, we got Priest and Officer 1000 Awaja teaching you all about the law. Tune in. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, you got myself, Priest and Officer 5000 Kazak Amaf, joined by Priest and Officer 500 Barak Yah, teaching you the Brotherhood class from 5 to 7 p.m. Friday, learn to speak in the Holy Tongue, the Lashawan Qadash class, taught by Officer 1000 Qatar. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Shalom. This is to all Israelite groups and all Israelite communities and all breakoffs from One West and breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple and white, all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, a.k.a. Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4:16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Ironic.
You know the truth is the truth, that's all I know. Cry loud and spare not, you gon' get exposed. A few real niggas left, you not one of those. Real soldiers, we was born to stand 10 toes. If he ain't one West, that nigga not one of mine. He got a purple 12, me, I got a black 9. The truth is the wife of my youth, chopping my concubine. Had to die to get my rib, that bitch forever mine. You know the game, a bishop gotta be blameless. But GMS teaching niggas to be rapists. They screaming we snitch. When Joe Morgan was killed by your brother, y'all ain't say shit. Real prophets only dwell in the UPK, PSA, we don't sign NDAs. Real prophets only dwell in the UPK, PSA, we don't sign NDAs.
Hey, 100 deep, 100 shields on, that's 100 priests. 100 boots, that's 200 feet. Tongue like a sword when I fucking speak. Teach you how to fish instead of fucking leech. Stop selling drugs instead of trying to fuck with meat. Knowledgeable but I'm rude in my fucking speech. Life is about warfare, not no fucking peace. Big bitch, I cry loud when I fucking speak. Make them wait a year before they fuck with me. Turn a street nigga to a fucking priest. Cross a priest and I promise you forever sleep.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
All right, mic check. Hey, shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat to the Akim. All right, we talk. Yahweh Shemar Latah Hashem, Yahweh Shah to the Akwathim. All right, we kind of starting off from where we left off last week. We left off breaking down each character, the meaning of each character, the extended version of each character. Of course, we got to write down the alphabet. So I'm just going to lead us up here for a second, kind of, recap what we went over. If y'all didn't get it from last week, or if you didn't watch last week's class, go back and watch it after this. It was very heavy. We was going over all the different characters and how each character has a meaning on its own, and how, when it makes a word, when you use those characters in the word, you can kind of break down the meaning. Like we started off with Abba. We broke down the word Abba, which is father. And so the character is Alap, and it means cow or bull. Then you got Ba, which is Baya, Abba, right? Abba. That's Abba. You got the Alap and the Bayath, which means cow or bull, then tent or house, Abba, which means father, when you break down those two characters, you got the strength of the house or father. Right? So we was just going over those things. Like I said, if you didn't watch last week's class, go watch it after this. Because then we also went into the history. That was last week, right? We went into the history of how Hebrew don't have vowels. And then the bastard, that was last week? Yeah, and the bastardization of the Hebrew language by adding vowels and the point system. Kind of really went into that history, and it was real heavy and important. So like I said, if you didn't get that, I'm about to erase it. So we're going to start off with the writing off the alphabet or the characters. I'm going to have a real eraser real soon. But if I didn't introduce myself already, and if you don't know me, I'm Officer 50 Ka'ar, filling in for the mighty Officer of 1000 Kata, who usually teaches this class. So I'm filling in for him for the time being, whenever he need me to, and I'm just trying to do my best. But we're gonna write down the alphabet, the Hebrew, and then the Assyrian. So let's just go through that. Let's practice that, because we all need the practice. Especially for the Assyrian. And once we finish that, we're going to go right back into the breaking down all the characters. We're going to finish that. And then we will go into prepositions and prepositions and possessive adjectives. And if you like me, I didn't know what none of that was until I started learning the Hebrew, and I had to figure out, okay, what a possessive adjective was. Niggas just speak the best they can with this English. So let's go ahead and write that down. We got the I, the ba. Yes, and I'm gonna cheat. Go ahead, brother. You know it. Tell me. Yep. Go ahead. Okay. I, ba, ga, da, ha. What's next? Wow. And Trooper Koyum is in here with me, so brother he gonna help me out. He gonna make sure I ain't messing up. Please do. Zaka. Man. And it's so easy because it's a new language, kind of, we relearn. It's so easy to forget if you don't constantly practice it. If you're not reading it and you're not using it, it's easy to forget it. Before I write the sounds down, let's just go through it. Like I said, what had helped me, which clearly I need to keep doing. But saying it in fives always helped me. Saying it in fives 5 times. Ba, ga, da. No, see, I'm messy. Koyum, you ain't keeping me right. See, I'm fucking up. Make a little room for that da. Abba, ga, da, ha, wa. All right, now we good. Make sure I'm right. So we got Abba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ha. Ha, we also went over, you know what I mean? It's always better to pronounce these characters correct. And this is a ha. You know, you kind of gotta, it's like you hawking up a loogie. Ha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, the. So like I said, write it all down, write the sound down. If you want to remember it, it's best to remember it in fives. Abba, ga, da, ha. And you say those fives. Abba, ga, da, ha. Say it about 5, 10 times. And you move on to the next five. Was, aha, ta, ya. And then you got, ta, ya. Kala, mana, sa, I, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, tha. And there is the Hebrew alphabet. Now we're going to write it in Assyrian. Not everyone's favorite or anyone's favorite, or maybe it is, but we got to do it. I don't like that. That looks terrible. You know what I was trying to do, a horseshoe or something? Just start. I don't think so. You got it, right? No, I don't think the Assyrian on the horses does not. Said, ain't no way. Brother, I think you clear with the Assyrian. A lot of niggas wouldn't be officers. That was up there, bro. Niggas barely getting this Hebrew down, man. Have mercy. Nah. No. Really? The Syrian might be on here then. I can't remember. Man, it wasn't that long ago I took it. The Syrian in? Oh, yeah. Okay. Man, I don't like this one. So goofy. There you go. That character's so goofy. I don't like it. And just make sure you write your characters right. If thing is that Syrian out, it's easy to find the Hebrew in it, the Syrian Hebrew. It's easy to find. So, you know, if you don't have a reference to it, you really could just Google it and it'll pop right up. Now the Paleo Hebrew you might could find, but it's definitely harder. But like I said, and like we went over the past few weeks, like the 7 heads in the school is the one who resurrected the Paleo Hebrew. You know, when we brought out the inscription, the Shalom inscription, if you was watching not too long ago, it was an ancient tablet with that was found in like the 8th century. They date back to like some BC, and they had the ancient Hebrew, and it was the instructions for Hezekiah's tunnel, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. So and if you see me coming in and off the screen, I am cheating off the board that's in the school. So there's nothing wrong with that. And it's just so with the Assyrian, you know, you see like I said last week, you can see that the spirit get removed from the language. You know, when we finish going over like the breakdown of the different characters, they were just pictograms, you know, of what people were seeing. So like we were saying, the I and the Ba, the I being a lop or a cow. And I got I actually got a sheet that, let me see, where the sheet is. Yeah. So if you could, this is a sheet with all the characters on here. And you can see, I'll show it later, but just the I and the Ba right here. It says cattle for the I or Allah by Yah house. And you can see where they get the you know, how they made the character up just from what they were seeing. Okay, so you said Robinson's Kids. So you say, so the K and the K makes the same sounds? No. And I said it like that as I read it because that's the mistake we make. The K is how it sounds. It's Ka. The CHAA is huh. That's how you say it. It's like you building up spit to, hawk a loogie. So it's ka and ha. Let's just go over this Assyrian. Write the sounds down. Write the sounds down for the Assyrian. Ah. Ba. Ga. Da. Ha. Wa. Z. Ha. Ta. Ya. Ka. And again, that's why it's important to really pronounce that. Because you'll hear somebody's name, and not really say, if somebody's not saying it right, you're going to think of the wrong character. So, that's why getting that right is important. Because then it changed the meaning of the name or whatever you're talking about. I, pa, aza, wa, ra. All right, that's the Assyrian. Write it down, get the sounds down. And let's remember the Assyrian too. No, man, like I said, if you don't have a reference for it besides my handwriting, just to make sure, just keep me accountable and make sure my characters look good, Google it yourself and write it down. But what's special or what's different, I think that's the second week in a row I said special. What's different about the Assyrian Hebrew, it has alternate endings, right? I'm gonna say this every time. So when you're using the characters, it's the ka, the ka, ma, na, the taza, and the kwa all has alternate endings. So you have to write it different when it's at the end of a word. So you got that. That's the ka when it's at the end of a word. Taza. And the kwa. Yeah, man. It always blow my mind. Like, it just looked like some bougie niggas or bougie heathens, whoever made it. It just looked bougie. Like they just wanted to make sure only, you had to go to school to study how to write it. You know what I mean? That's why I was like scribes back in the day, because, you think, well, damn, the prophet had a scribe? So was the prophet dumb? Nah, this shit just wasn't, shit probably took years to master. But yeah, get that down. We can go through it. Abagadaha was a kataya kalamanasa ipataza kwa ra shatha. And then you have those alternate endings. I will just write it down just so y'all know for sure. That's Ka. That's Ma. Na. Taza. Kua. Again, those are alternate endings. So when you use a Ka, like if you use it in the beginning, it's going to look like that. You use it in the middle, it's going to look like that. But when you use it at the end of a word, that's what the character looks like. So when you're reading it and it's at the end, it's going to be that meaning. And remember, everything is right to left. That's why I've been writing it like that. Everything in Hebrew is right to left. Hey, shalom, sir. How was your Shabbat? Kitab. Appreciate you for checking in. Sister Kalia Carr. Shalom. How was Shamar? Vatah Ba'Shem Yahushua. Shalom. How about Shem Shabbat? Kazak. Appreciate you for checking it out. All right, get it down, write it down. And we moving on. We back to the characters. And comment if I'm moving too fast. Koyam, you let me know too. If y'all trying to copy it on the board and I'll move on too fast, let me know. But you definitely should let me know before I erase it. So. But I think we had that up there long enough. Dang, Quim, where did we leave off when we was breaking down those characters? You remember? I think it was either La, or did we get that far? Yeah, yep. We got down to like the La, I think. Right? All right, well, we got down to the La. So at the La, we got Mana, Sa'ai. Let's get all those up there. We're going to continue on breaking down each character. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal, Lathabah, Hashem, Yahweh Shad, my rib. The water for checking in. All right. Make sure you're taking notes, baby. All right, Ma. Write the Ma character. Got those characters down. Right. So Ma. Yum. So. Shun. And the th is thaw. Those are the Hebrew name for the character. Now we could write the character. Let's write the character. Let's write the characters for the word. So my yum, right? Got ma, ya. That's probably too small. Yeah, I don't like it. Ma, ya, ma, right? Let me make that. Yeah, let's do that. I know you asked a question a couple weeks ago, right? How is it? It's my yum and not my yama, right? And so, yeah, so you just drop the A. You know what I mean? So you got to remember, like, it's just the sounds of the characters, right? So the ma, that's just the sound of the character, right? So it's ma, you just drop the A when it's at the end. So instead of my yamai, it's my yum, right? And we can just go straight into what that means. My yum means water. So my yum means water. My yum means water. So like if I didn't break it down again, but all these characters have an actual name, right? This is the name of the character. Let's just start off. Sound of the character, the Hebrew character, the name of the Hebrew character. This is the Hebrew of the name, right? And then you have the meaning, the actual translation of that character. right? So the ma is my yum, which means water. The nawan, let's write out nawan. So you got na, wa, and na, right? And so what that looks like is na, wan, just connecting those two characters in a pronunciation. That's what these marks are. You are essential expressing the pronunciation, right? So the ma in my yum stands alone, but the yum is connected. The ya and the ma. So you just drop the I, the A, or the sound in the A, in the ma. So it's just my yum. Like nawan, you just drop the na at the end, and it's wan. Samak is next. The stop. Oh, wait, we didn't get the meaning of nawan. The meaning of nawan is sprout. Sprout. And also, what is heavy, all these meanings, it becomes, the language become more expressive. It becomes, now when you're talking or you're naming something, each character and the meaning of the character can give you even a deeper understanding. Next is samak. Got the sa. Feel like I'm losing my place here. Damn. Make it a little bigger. Ma. Ka. So, samak. Meaning of samak is establish. Next, you got ayan. Got the ya, na. Yan. Forgive me if it's starting to look a little sloppy. The ayan means I. Ayan. Next we have pa. Pa. Two characters. Which I've been taught that most words in the Hebrew has three characters, so it's kind of special to see two character words. But pa means mouth. And while we're halfway through, let's take a look at this page again. So it says the symbolic meanings of the Hebrew letters. This is what we're going over. So you can see how the ba represents a tent. The Ga, which means camel. Then you got the Da, which means door, the door of the tent, right? You got the Wa, which means a fish hook. The Zayan means weapon. Yeah. Water. Huh. Yeah, so it was a pictographical language in the beginning. And through time, it just kind of, formed itself with its own characters. Tazad is the next one, which also has two characters. The Tazah and Nada. Tazah. Tazad, which means side. Next up, we got the Qawash, which means snare. Qawash. The Wa, and Sh. I wrote that small. See that? Right. Sh. I don't like it. Let's see. Say again. Yeah, it's easy to say. Nah, you getting it. Yeah. Yeah. Brother said when you drop the A, it's making it kind of easier. So it's called wash. Cause you reading it, you would be like, Quawasha. You like, that don't roll off the tongue. But Qawash, you know what I mean? Which means, what did I say that mean? Snare. Snare. Now the Ra'ash means head. Ra, right? Ra, sh. Ra'ash. And that's why you see the Ra, two A's. You know what I mean? It may be confusing, but that Ra stands alone, and then the Ash. You know what I mean? So you kind of reading it like Ra-ash. Right? And that means head. The Sh means teeth or shine. Right? Shine is two characters, right? The Sha and the Na. Shine. And that's teeth. Right. The Tha or Thaw Tha and Wa. Tha and Wa. Saw, which means mark. Now, we got through the entire Hebrew alphabet, the symbolic meanings of it, the actual word of the name of the characters. If you didn't see the first half, that's in the first part of this class. Last week we went over it at the end. We didn't finish it, so we're just kind of finishing it up here. Next, I'm going to sit that up there for a minute, but next we're going to get into the prepositions. We're going to go over all the prepositions, how the word is used and changed when you're using a preposition. Oh, the ayan, how it looks like an eye. Oh, yeah, the prepositions. So the prepositions would be like, I, you, our. No, I misspoke. Maybe not our. That's a possessive. Okay. Come up here and write them. Let's go. I ain't gonna force you. Maybe I should have asked, did y'all get all that? Hopefully y'all got all that. It was up there for a minute. Scroll back, pause it. You know what I mean? Take a screenshot. All right. Preposition. So the preposition is what's going to come at the beginning. Slovakia. So they're going to come before a word. And first one is I. Which means I or I am. I or I am. Next one is ba, which means in or on. Then you got da, which is do. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, on. I'm not sure. I'll get that. I am. Where you get it from? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, on or with. Yeah. The tile went over there, right? Yeah, okay. And on or with. You got ha. Oh, sure. Ha would be the. Ha would be the. Next, you got wa. It means and. Next, you got ya. That means he. Next, you got ka. Which means like. So ga isn't a preposition. So every character isn't a preposition. These are all characters that are prepositions. Next is la, which means two. No, Salaki. Ka means as. As. You got as or like. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. That's what I was thinking too. I I was trying to find it in my notes. As or like. So I was right and wrong. You said 2 is what? 4. Oh, la. Kind. Okay, so 2 or 4. Yeah, kind. The brother notes is better than mine. So then you got my. Yep. Why the hell I write that small? And for that I got of or from. And then it's sha. Which means who. Look at my notes. It's who pertains, who, which, or pertaining to. We got who, which, pertaining to. I spell it right. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's right. And the. I have you, right? Thou or thee. Yeah. So those are all your prepositions. Remember, these are going to come before your actual root word. So, let me try my best. Let me see if I could put together a preposition word. So, an example would be, let's say I am fruitful. Fruitful, the word fruitful is paryam, right? Paryam. That means fruitful. You want to say I am fruitful, it'd be I paryam. Paryam. Let's see. I am paryam. Now, what would that look like in the Hebrew when you're reading it from right to left? Let me switch up a color. Got the I, the pa, the ra, the ya, and the ma. Right? A, pa, ra, ya, ma. A, per. So it's a, per, yum. I am fruitful. Now let's go. He is fruitful. That's how simple it is. Yeah, I got that right. He is fruitful. What would he be? He would be the Yah, right? Yah per yom. He is fruitful. You're not gonna. There's no word for his or is. Salakia. There's no word for is. You know what I mean? It's in the context. You know what I mean? He fruitful. He is fruitful. Now it's Yah per yom. Man, I got so much stuff in my hands right now. Yah. He is fruitful. What about you? Man. Sorry, hope I ain't write that down. Jesus Christ. Hope I ain't erased that too fast. Pause it. Go back. I'm kind of messing up right now. Anyway, so one more time. For Yom, we're gonna say he or you. You are fruitful. And you know, niggas say you is fruitful. Tha, right? Thou, thee, you, right? Thou art fruitful. Tha per yom. Right? You are fruitful. Or shit, if you a nigga, you is fruitful. You know what I mean? Whatever context, you know what I mean? You know how niggas talk. Shit, if you back in the old English times when we was ruling Europe, thou art fruitful. You know? Oh, let's put that in there. Tha per yom. And this is how simple it is. Man. And I can say I don't have all the prepositions down, but I just started knowing a few of them. So as I'm reading now and I see it, I can tell it's a preposition. I can see a by at the beginning. I can see a hi at the beginning, a wa. Like when I start seeing these characters as I'm reading now, and it's a 5-character word, but I'm understanding it's words within those 5 characters. So tha per yom, I'm gonna look at tha. I'm like, okay. And so I'm saying this because as you up there reading, speaking about Sabbath service, as you're up there reading, these are not gonna be here. So that's when it get difficult. You know what I'm saying? But when you understand the prepositions, you start seeing the tha, you start seeing the ba. Then you see these characters, you like, okay, tha, I know it's tha. I'm not gonna say thop. I just know I'm not, because I know this is a preposition. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say tha, and then the rest I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be a free. And then, okay, and yum, I know yum. So, because I know yum is always like when you see a yah and a mad, it's always together. I'm not gonna say always, but 99% of the time I done seen it, it's gonna be pronounced yum. And it's right, and it's usually because I believe it's meaning it's a plural. It's a plural meaning. So if I'm not mistaken, Somebody watching this and they come tell me I'm wrong. But if I'm not mistaken, that yum at the end is usually plural. So when you're up there reading and you start seeing these characters, the easiest way to understand it is that, okay, your first character is probably a preposition. You're going to say tha, and get that character out the way. And you might say parayum. That'll get you through it. You know what I mean? Close enough. Right. You getting one of them out the way. But then you might see he in. You know what I'm saying? You might see a ya ba. It'll be yaba. You get what I'm saying? And then your root word. You know what I'm saying? He in the water. My yum was water, right? He would be ya ba my yum. But you're gonna see all these characters and then you're gonna, you know what I mean? So the prepositions are definitely, it makes it all easier. And then we're gonna go into the possessive, which once you understand it, you understand how to put these words, sentences together, it becomes easy to read. You know, it becomes easier to read as you read it more and more, I would say. So get that all down. These are your prepositions. They come before a root word. You know what I mean? We went through it. I am fruitful would be paryam. You know, he is fruitful was ya paryam. You are fruitful would be tha paryam. So that's how that goes. Write it down, you know, put it in your notes. Because now we're going to go, and you know what? Let's just go over a few more words. Let's do that. Let's just go over a few more words. Okay, so happy, Ishar. Let's use happy. Shar. All right. Let's use a different one. We just kind of use he and you. Let's find a different word. Let's use home, bayat, right? Home or tent, house or tent, bayat. Okay. So let's say, and here we can use the to the house, right? So to the house is la ha bayat. La ha bayat. And you're gonna and it's gonna be one group of characters. So to the house, right? To the house. La. And always remember, Hebrew is always right to left. You know, you're writing the sound and we're writing everything else left to right, but Hebrew always, when you're writing the characters, right to left. So la, ha, ba, ya, and the tha. And you got la, ha, ba, ya. To the house. Now, or we say from the house, right? That's ma, from. From the house, instead of to the house, it's maha baya. Maha baya. Maha Mahabayah. From the house. Now, let's say who house, right? Who house? Who house would be, help me out. Yep. Shah. Who house? Shah Bayath. And man, it's just that simple. It's that simple, man. You know what I mean? Like, then you just, the context of what y'all talking about, you figure everything else out. How simple it is. You know, in English, they're gonna be like, who house? You gotta say whose house. You gotta add the apostrophe for the possession. You know what I'm saying? No, you ain't gotta do all that. Cause that's how nigga, who house? You don't say whose house. Who house you going to? I wonder why we shorten shit so much. You know what I mean? That's just not our language. We quick to shorten some shit. Yeah. Because it's so straightforward. You know what I mean? It ain't like, yeah. You feel me? You just can't see it. The brother said you just can't see, you know, white people talking like this. You just can't see it, man. And they can't. It's so crazy because they can't talk like this. This is why they had to, you know, add the Yiddish and do they whole 1 and 2 on there. Next, we're gonna go over the so Jamila Beloved, you said I'm getting mixed up. So from would be placed first or last position. So from would be placed. I don't know if I'm reading that wrong or you saying it wrong. What you trying to say? So from would be placed first or last. You might be getting mixed up because how we writing it. So I figured it out. Okay. I can listen. If I don't have the answer, I can get you the answer, beloved. But I don't know if you're getting mixed up with how we writing it, but the Hebrew characters are written from right to left. Now the sound we will write, for just from left to right. But so I don't know if that's why you. Okay, your first time here. Yeah, all right. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. So the Hebrew. I don't know if you want to go back from the beginning, but we wrote down the actual Hebrew characters, all of them. And so we write the characters from right to left. Now the sound that the characters make, we will write from left to right, just so you can grasp. Right, okay, Most High Christ. Just so you can grasp the sound of the word. We write it from left to right, but the Hebrew is always written from right to left. So all the characters you're gonna see up here, it's gonna be written from right to left. So we're gonna go over the possessive adjectives. I paused because I wasn't sure how to write possessive. That seemed like a lot of S's on there, but all right. So look, the possessive adjectives. Obviously, it's words that shows a possession, right? So the ya is a possessive adjective. Ya, which means my. Did we write the character out last time? All right. So the ya. And then ka is your or you. Or you. The wa is he or his. Ha is her. Yeah, just her. Noah. Nah is our. So, and watch how I write these characters. Na first, and I'm starting from the right. Na and wa. Noah. Calm is y'all. Y'all and masculine. Yeah. I'm gonna write M for masculine. Write the character Ka and the Ma. I always mess this character up. Yeah, y'all. This is y'all. The plural masculine. I believe the M ending is the masculine. And then con, which I'm gonna write. Hold on. Let me write this character right. Con is y'all feminine. F is for feminine. Con. You got Ma. Which is there. And masculine. You got Na. The Na, which is there. Feminine. I don't like how I did that. That looks terrible. So those are your possessive. Hey, Most High in Christ, serve the water. Those are your possessive characters. The Ya, which means my. Ka, which means your or you. The Wa is he or his. The Ha is her. Nawa is our. Kam is y'all, masculine. So if it's a group of men, you would say Kam. Khan is a group of women, you would say Khan. Both mean y'all. And then there, Ma and Na. The Ma is the masculine and the Na is the feminine for there. So let's say that's their house, right? Bayath. Right? Now these possessions, possessive adjective, right, comes at the end of a word, right? So if I'm claiming possession, let's say my house first, right? Bayath. Bayath. Say my house would be Bayath Ya. Bayath Ya. And what is let's take to the possessive. I ain't gonna go too crazy. I was gonna say to my house. Yeah. We went over it. No sweat, they right there. to my house. And we got a whole lie, right? All right, to my house. So where would that go? Lie would be at the front. You got a whole sentence. To my house. You know, where you going? La Bayathia. To my house. But let's stick with the possession. Let me do the possession. I'm kind of getting excited the way I'm, you know what I mean? This made me really want to up my damn studies myself. Man. You know, because you getting it, you like, damn, it's that simple, huh? Because, I mean, my, your, his, her, our, y'all, you done covered everything. It's all the possessive. You know what I mean? With the prefixes, the prepositions, we done covered everything. That's everything that's everything. All right, so look, Bayath, right? So it was Ba, Ya, and the Tha, which is Ya. Yeah, yeah. That's for the Assyrian. That's what you're talking about? The characters? Yeah. So the possessive is at the end of a word. So you got your root word, right? Which is bayath, right? The possession, who the house belongs to, who possesses the house, is going to be at the end. And then a preposition to my house or from my house, that's going to be at the beginning. So let's put that two back up there. That was la, right? La bayath, ya. La bayath, ya. Right. But how would you recognize it's a preposition? Exactly. If it's at the beginning, you will recognize it's a preposition. But if it's at the end, you'll be like, okay, that's my. That's somebody you gotta remember. Come on. Now let's write what this means out to my house. Ooh, I need to let me help y'all. Let me be a good teacher and help y'all. Help y'all out a little bit. Let me see. Get a different color up there. Guess I can use green. To my damn. What the hell up here? So you got your possessive. You got your pre, exactly. Pre. What's the root? What is the meaning of pre? Yeah, before, right? Preposition. It's going to come before. And so what the brother said was, what you meant? What you say? Yah, having is two yahs, right? So a yah at the end means my, but the yah at the beginning means he, right? So let's say it would be, I ain't gonna use he. Let's do another one. Let's use father, right? Abba is the root word. Abba is the root word, and it means father, right? So let's say our father. Now it's Abba Nawa. How did the Lord's Prayer go, right? Our Father. We say Abba Nawa. Which one I want to use? Possessive. Nah. Well. Abba Nawa. Right? That's our Father. Let's make a sentence out of it, right? What is to our Father? It's ka. No, it's like it's la. It would be la. Oh, we just use that. Let's try another one. From our Father. Ma. Ma Abba Nawa, which means to, no, from. Ma means from, right? That's what I use. Yeah, for the preposition. From, right, so from. Our Father. My man. Preposition being the first character, right? So, first character, ma, from. The next character is the root word. So, Abba. The last is the possessive. It's our Father. Go ahead. Well, when the Abba be at the end, I mean, well, so you thinking of it in English. You know what I mean? That's just how the Hebrew, but listen, it's easier. You got your possessives. Where do they go? At the end. You got your prepositions. Where do they go? At the beginning. And what's in the middle? The root word. So now all you got to do is remember a few possessives, a few prepositions, and you know, them root words. That's a study. But, you know what I mean? You start to understand. You know a couple, Bayath, you know, Abba. You get what I'm saying? You're going to see Father a lot. Again, preposition. This is the beginning of the sentence for Hebrew, for the characters in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's written like that. So it's my Abanawa. Man, just how that rolls off. It rolls off better. Ma'abanawa. From our Father. Ma'abanawa. Khan. There you go. Most High in Christ. Hey, Most High in Christ, sir. The water, I ain't need you this week. But yeah, though. Most High in Christ. But this is the structure of a sentence. You got a small sentence. You got your subject word, you got your possessive, got your preposition. Ma'abanawa. That's it. Yeah. Hey, Most High in Christ. Hey, Shalom, Habashim Shabbatah. Young man, Dennis. And shout out to you. Appreciate it. Like, share, comment, subscribe, share the class, share with, share with everybody. In the school, out the school, your mama, your abba, your mama. I don't know what mama is in Hebrew, Salakia. But these are your possessive. Now you have a sentence structure. And I don't want to bite off too much, but Salakia, pause. I don't want to bite off too That's crazy. That was crazy. But no, I want to pull it up on the let's do it. I think I could do it. Why not? Let's find. Salakia, bear with me. I'm gonna break down let's try this out. All right, let's see. Let's just break down the verse here. So I'm in Genesis 27:32. And it says, and Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn, Esau. So let's say his father. All right? And like I said, Salakia, wrong button. There we go. his father, right? So the possessive will be at the end. And you see it got the root. Can you see? Are you watching on there? You can see. So you got the root word here. Ba. Then they add the his, which is at the end. And then you got, I think that's, I need a cheat sheet with this Assyrian. I think that's Yah, right? His possessive would be wa, right? Yeah. So that's a wa at the end. So it's Abba wa, his father, right? Let's go unto him. These is real simple words we can break down, right? Him would be possessive, and this this is just a simple possessive and a preposition. Unto him, because unto would be sha, right? So okay, so yeah, two or four, la, and that's that Assyrian character right here. That's the la, and that's the possessive for he or his, which is wa, unto him, right? I said, he said, root word. Let me try to read this root word. Because you see that I got the point systems up there. You got the little point with the vowels. So, I believe that'll be the bar, right? Let me see. I'm spitballing on this one. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is, yeah. So that root word is Amar. Right, it's right there. That's Amar. And then you got the and, right? And would be wa. And you see that. You see it in the beginning right here now. Because it's a preposition. But wa, as a possessive, is he. You know what I'm saying? But now you're seeing it at the beginning, so you know that's and. So it's, and he said, thy firstborn, okay, thy son. No, son is bond, right? So, that's bond. And then, so thy son would be ka. And this is, with the Assyrian, this is a good one because you see at the end here, right? That's ka. And that's the alternate ending for ka. So you got ban ka. You see the importance of learning that Assyrian. Ka. That's what the brother said. Yeah, it's definitely It's definitely worth learning. You hurting yourself by neglecting it. And I'm saying it to myself as well. So, all right. So this root word, firstborn. Let's properly translate that. These characters so tricky, man. So that would be ba, baka, baka, wa. Is that wa? Wara. Baka war. Baka war. I think I might be right with that. Hold on. I'm looking at my vocabulary sheet. I don't think it got firstborn here. Not first. Yeah. But no, those characters is Baka war. So you got the ba root word. That's the ba in the Assyrian. Those dots are the vowels that they add in the Assyrian, but as we know, the original Hebrew don't have vowels. So that's the ba, this first character. First character is the ba. Second character is ka. And this last character is ra. Yeah, so, or bakar. Yeah. Okay, so I wonder if the Assyrian, I need to ask that. I wonder if the Assyrian got a different sentence structure. Because in the middle there, they have, I believe, which is a wa. So theirs is reading baka war with the ra at the end instead of the ka. But then, no, I got, so, hold on. Bako. Yeah. Baka. Ra. No, that's ka at the end. And then that's ra. So, ba. Baka. Yeah, this is Syrian or something else. Because that looked like a da right there. What the hell? Then it's different. Because that would be a Y down here, but that looks like a, yeah, baka, wa, ra. Baka war. That's what it looks like right here, baka war. But, so they got the root word up here, showing the root word, and this would be your possessive, thy, so like it, or your, right? Your first, thy firstborn would be your. So it would be ka. And that's why it's at the end there, because that possession, that is the ka alternate ending. So it's ba, bakara, bakarak, ba-ra, yeah, bakarak. No, because yeah, so you see, this is the ba for sure. And the next one is ka. And then that is ra. So it's a car. Yeah, so I'm guessing in the yeah. Oh yeah. This one throwing me off. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, but we pretty much got it all down here. We got through the characters, broke down the characters, broke down the meaning of the characters. Broke down the meaning of the characters, the definitions of the characters, what they mean, went into the prepositions, and then we got into the possessive. So that is the basics. I believe we would be, next week we will be out of the basics. I think we kind of got it all down, got the characters down. Study that Assyrian, like the brother Quayum said, and I'm saying it's very helpful. Y'all see us, I saw us on there bringing up the Bible, and it's nothing but the Assyrian. So you want to know that Assyrian, man. But that would be the class. Just shout out all the people in the chat. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. The water took a top for tuning in. I appreciate it. I appreciate the honor of filling in for you. Shout out Shalaki Allah, Most High in Christ, brother. And shout out to Shariwan for the study and the help. So, that being said, Yahweh Shemarla Thaba Hashem Yahweh Shah, to the brothers, Yahweh Salaki, to the sisters, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah Barak, a thumb to the brothers. And that's the class. Hey, Shalom, Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isubk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're